What's up, Young Money Investments? Today, I am going to be going over with you guys how much money I believe it is important to start with when trading, or specifically getting into shorting stocks. Now, this again is going to be my opinion only, and also goes along with the brokerage that I use. I know I'm going to get comments in the comment section that say, Cameron, you can start with $500. I'm going to get all sorts of comments in there, and that's fine. Please feel free to leave your comments in there, but also respect the fact that this is my personal opinion. This is what I believe is important and necessary and needed in order to be a profitable and successful day trader, specifically in the realm of shorting stocks. This is going to go along with the brokerage as well that I use. So let's jump into this video, you guys. This is one that I know a lot of you have been wanting and have asked me time and time again. How much money do I need to start with in order to start making money in the stock market? All today on Young Money Investments. All right, you guys, so as you can see on the board here, 2,500 is going to be the magical number that we are going to be talking about to get started day trading. Now, you could probably just cut this video out as long as you hit the like button and leave a comment about your broker that you use. That's the comment that I'd love to know. I'd love to know what kind of brokers you guys are using out there. I personally use Tradezero. That's been my favorite broker. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Cobra, about Speed Trader. I'm sure some of you use Robinhood out there as well, and I was there with you a long time ago. But I would love to know what broker you use. Today, we're gonna take a look at Tradezero, and I'm going to give you the rundown and kind of the gist of why I like and think that Tradezero is the best brokerage to start with, not only for those of you that are wanting to start shorting, but also those of you that are just wanting to do long-term investments, because it is zero commissions for Tradezero. All right, guys, so as I was saying, we're gonna talk a little bit about why I believe it is important to start with $2,500. First, let's talk about the logistical reasons why 2,500 is the magic number. The reason is because, like I said, I trade on Tradezero. So Tradezero is a free platform. It is a free online brokerage. It has not only desktop versions, web versions, as well as mobile versions. It basically has free trading just like Robinhood. And so I know for a lot of you that obviously are out there that have started trading on Robinhood, you love the idea that you're getting quote unquote free trades. And I totally get that. I totally understand that. And I was like that at one point, not understanding the routing and all those other things, market makers being able to see your orders, not getting filled, latency, slippage, all sorts of other things that I now know. And I've been driven mainly to Tradezero because I am a short seller, because that is the way that I day trade. Now, if you like to long stocks, there's other brokers out there that are probably great for you as well. I'm not saying Centerpoint isn't great, but you need $30,000 to start with them. I'm not saying Speed Trader's not great, but you do need $30,000 to start with them. I love Tradezero because, simply put, as a new investor, you can get started with as little as $2,500. Now, yes, Robinhood, you can get started with $50 in your account, but the problem is there's really no possible way to grow $50 into $1 million. I mean, it's very tedious, nearly impossible. But with Tradezero, starting out with $2,500, you can very, I guess I would say conservatively and over time grow your account into something good while mitigating risk by having backup funds in case you do make a mistake. So with Tradezero, they have obviously their whys. Why would you want to be with them? They're zero commission trading. Their technology, as I mentioned before, they have platforms like the Zero Pro. This is for just PC users. It has all the level 2 data, all the great stuff on here. You can even use a free demo, which is awesome. If you're a Mac user, you're not able to use that. You have the Zero Web, which is also going to be great for Mac or PC users. I will say this, full disclosure, I'm a platinum member with Tradezero, and my Zero Web is a free feature, and mine doesn't work right now. I still have to use the Zero Web. So there's some bugs, there's some glitches with Tradezero that I'm willing to admit. I'm not gonna be like a paid sponsor and not tell you the things that aren't true about them. I've had a lot of glitches with their mobile app. I've had a lot of problems with their P&Ls not adding up and everything like that. But I'm going to be honest with you regardless, whether I am sponsored by them or not, which the sponsorship probably will be coming up here. A partnership will be coming up here fairly soon. As of making this video, there is no partnership though. You have the zero free. This one I found to be actually pretty darn useful and really great, as long as you have TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform. So these are some things that I love. The Zero Pro Zero Mobile is nice, but again, it's very, very glitchy and very frustrating. Talks about your platform comparisons. If you do not want to pay the $59 per month, you either need to have $50,000 in your account and be a platinum member, or you can use the Zero Free, which I use the Zero Free even though I get this for free. And then you have the Zero Mobile, you have all these different comparisons. So Tradezero I find to be very nice. Now, if you have some frequently asked questions about Tradezero, some things you might ask about it is, how is their short list, for example? Short list is extensive. That's a nice thing. Talks about how you fund your account. Really, there's all sorts of frequently asked questions that are all going on this page that you can go through. Is there an ACH fee? You can set daily loss limits. There's so many different tools and so many different questions that you can get answers to on here. Honestly and truly, guys, the frequently asked questions page is a great place to get started. And then if you go on here, why Tradezero, trading software, free trades, pricing, you can get started with all of these things. So my big things I want to jump into, besides the fact of why you need $2,500, is because I prefer using Tradezero, and because I think it's important to learn how to long. I think it's important to learn how to short. Eventually you'll be able to trade options as well on this platform, which will be really nice. One of the big reasons why I think $2,500 is important is because, let's jump into the math and I can explain it to you how risk management works with a $2,500 account. Alright guys, so as you can see here, I wrote down a little bit of math on our $2,500 account here. So on your $2,500 account, 20% of your account is how much I would recommend you would need to use in order to short a company. So if you are shorting a company, I usually recommend not going any larger than usually 20% on an account. The reason for that is going all in every single time can either cause you to get caught in what's called a short squeeze, where the stock starts to squeeze up and all the shorts have to start covering their positions and buying those shares back, causing the price to continue to go higher. I like to keep it right around 20%, especially for those that are new investors. 20% of a $2,500 account is going to be about a $500 position. $500 translated to the price of the stock that I usually short is somewhere right around 100 to 200 shares. That means your stock price is anywhere from $5 to about $2 to $3 per share. And so that's usually the price of the shares of companies that I'm normally shorting. Now, in my type of account, I'm usually shorting 3,000 shares or so of these stocks. But again, my account size is much larger and I have kind of a lot more knowledge and skill. Whereas with you beginning out or starting out, I recommend using about 20% of your account. From that, if you are able to make a 10 to 20% gain on that $500, you're looking at about a $50 to $100 return per trade. Now, one of the things you need to remember is that you have something called the PDT rule. Now, if you know what this rule is, great. It means that you get 3 trades, and it's going to be day trades, per week. So with the PDT rule, that means that you can only buy and sell a company 3 times within a 5-day period, or a rolling week period, basically. It's basically 7 days because you have your weekend days off and everything. So usually, let's say on a Tuesday, you buy and sell 3 times. You buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell again on Tuesday. That means you can no longer day trade for the rest of the week until the following Tuesday. You can resume trading again. Tradezero will actually not even allow you to trade if you have used up your 3-day trade. So that is something to really remember if you do use Tradezero as well. So again, like I was saying, you're going to want to use somewhere right around probably 20% of your account value. The reason I recommend that is because if you do end up blowing up your position size, let's say you completely are down 50%, 60%, 70%, 100% you have to cut, at least you are only cutting about 20% of your overall account value, and you are not getting caught destroying your whole account. Now, if you're in the private mentorship and you have me there, it's a lot easier to know, but this video is obviously just free for anyone out there on YouTube land that's looking to learn how much they think they should start using to day trade. So this is gonna be what I would recommend for you. At the end of the day, I think my philosophy of shorting is always start conservatively. I always recommend maybe starting out paper trading, learn to follow me in the private mentorship, learn to see the chart patterns, the setups, the things that I'm looking for. Heck, you can actually see it in one of my recent YouTube videos. In fact, the video about me making $2,300 in a day gives some great examples of chart patterns that I look for. Another video is the one about how I made $5,000 shorting OBLN and BIOC, I believe it was. These are great videos that you can also watch. They'll help you to figure out the chart patterns and things like that. But at the end of the day, the private mentorship is really going to be a great value. That link is in the description as well if you're interested in that. If not, no worries. I hope this free info helped out. The only thing I ask for is that you hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, turn that bell notification on. That always helps out the channel. It helps to boost the views and it helps other viewers to find this. But $2,500 is going to be a great starting point, whether you're starting with Tradezero or another broker. Now, again, you have to have a certain amount of money for different brokers. Again, with Tradezero, it's $2,500, and I think that is a pretty reasonable starting price. Now, later on, I will have a link for Tradezero that I will be putting down in the description. As of now, I don't have that link, but if you are watching this video, check for a link in the description. That will actually give you $10 to $25 off, depending on how large of an account you open. It will also give you a free week of getting to be in the private mentorship. So I'm creating that where if you actually use my link and everything, send me a DM and I will actually give you a free week of being in Young Money Investments private mentorship group. So that's always a nice little bonus feature as well. So thank you so much for tuning into Young Money Investments. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section and I will catch you guys in the next video. Let's get this money, guys. Bye.